from the heart of Ball State University. Live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana Midday starts right now.
Good afternoon and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Joel Riley. Students met in the middle of campus yesterday to protest inequality at Ball State. This came 1 week after a student had the police called on him in the middle of class for not changing seats. That viral confrontation made national headlines. NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett has the latest on what students are saying.
Change now! A snowy January morning didn't stop hundreds of students from walking out of class. The protest was a response to a professor calling university police because a student wouldn't change seats. A video of the incident went viral. For students like Cameron Green, this was an opportunity for students to be heard.
The longer we put this off, the longer nothing's gonna happen about it.
Throughout the demonstration, person after person telling their story, at times emotional, especially for Sultan Benson, the student in the middle of it all.
Anybody raise their hand if Mufasa has helped them in any way?
You got a legacy.
This your legacy, guys.
Production.
This your legacy, guys.
The bigger cause, the bigger picture is being seen now. It seems like more students are on board and not scared to share their stories.
Tuesday, Benson wasn't alone. In attendance, hundreds of his peers, also Ball State President Jeffrey Mearns. BSU and Mearns declined to talk Tuesday, but the president's mere presence is one both Benson and former mayoral candidate Terry Whit Bailey say is progress.
We've got to remember that President Mearns is an ally, not only to the students and the staff, but to the community, and we're seeing that.
Thank you for attending, and we understand that he's not alone, and he can't make every change by himself. So I would never put him at fault.
The demonstration also questioned the balance of power between professors and students. Organizers say the professor, Shaheen Borna, violated multiple university policies when the police were called, including falsely reporting an emergency.
To think our tax dollars getting spent on a student refusing to change seats, I just don't think that's where our money should be going to.
And while Benson says he feels Tuesday's walkout was a step in the right direction in a much bigger conversation, he's waiting for more work to be done. But in the meantime, he's grateful that hundreds of people supported this cause.
I definitely appreciate all the support. I can't say that enough. I'm away from home. I got my roommates and I got everybody here, so I appreciate it.
In Muncie, Tyler Brummett, NewsLink Indiana.
Yesterday's walkout was put together by students. Tonight, a forum will be held at 6:30 by the Student Government Association and the Black Student Association. NewsLink Indiana will be there and bring you the latest tonight at 9. Legislators are currently reacting to Indianapolis prosecutors' decision against pressing charges over possessing small amounts of marijuana. The bill was endorsed in a 6-3 Indiana Senate committee vote. This would allow the Attorney General's office to step in if a county prosecutor announced a policy not enforcing a law or that was not found to have categorically elected not to do so. The bill comes after Democratic Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears announced his office wouldn't press charges against adults for possessing even an ounce or less of marijuana. Ball State saw a record number of bike thefts last semester, and it left some students wondering how they could protect their property. NewsLink Indiana's Tucker White talked to university police to get some tips.
Last semester, over 40 bicycles were stolen from Ball State's campus. Corporal Travis Stevens tells you how to keep your bicycle safe.
Preventative would be trying to use a quality lock like a U-bolt style steel lock versus the cable locks. Cable locks tend to be easy to cut. U-locks are a little bit stronger, and I've just never really seen those get cut.
Stevens said cable locks don't serve much protection against thieves.
I've watched videos before of people walking up and they can cut a cable lock in 3 to 10 seconds and then they're off with the bike.
Stevens said it's important to register your bike with Ball State.
Serial number on your bike is just like a VIN on your car, and registering it is just as important.
Registering your bike allows police to return it when they recover it.
It helps us identify that bike to you. So should we find that bike laying on the side of the road or find a suspect that we think stole that bike, it gives us the opportunity to call the victim back.
To register your bike, go to bsu.edu. In Muncie, Tucker White, NewsLink Indiana.
Registering your bike is free for students and highly recommended by university police. Indiana lawmakers could potentially make it difficult for anyone younger than 18 to get married. The bill is currently moving forward after a House committee heard from women who were 15 or 16 years old. The current law allows anyone younger than 18 to marry if they have parental consent. Although a proposal is being considered for 18 to be the final age, an exception to this would be a 17-year-old of the intended spouse isn't more than 4 years older and a juvenile court judge gives permission. A plane carrying 201 American citizens being evacuated from mainland China to escape the spread of the coronavirus landed in Southern California this morning. The plane stopped in Anchorage, Alaska to refuel, where all passengers underwent 2 health screenings and passed. Only one passenger required medical attention for an injury that occurred before boarding the plane. Everyone on board will be housed temporarily and undergo additional health screenings. President Trump's defense team wrapped up their opening statement in his Senate impeachment trial on Tuesday. Now, senators will get the chance to ask questions. CNN's Lauren Fox reports.
And with that ends our presentation.
With the conclusion of President Trump's defense team's opening argument, Senate Republicans are engaging in a new fight, defeating a vote to bring witnesses into the impeachment trial. Inside the Senate chamber, a warning from the president's outside counsel, Jay Sekulow.
These articles must be rejected. The Constitution requires it. Justice demands it.
Trump's defense team also slamming the allegations from former National Security Advisor John Bolton's unpublished book manuscript that the president told him military assistance to Ukraine was on hold unless they began investigations on former Vice President Joe Biden.
You cannot impeach a president on an unsourced allegation.
Tuesday's short session ended with the White House counsel Pat Cipollone playing some of Democratic lawmakers' own words from President Bill Clinton's impeachment saga.
I expect history will show that we've lowered the bar on impeachment so much that it will be used as a routine tool to fight political battles.
You were right. But I'm sorry to say you were also prophetic.
And after the sound of the gavel,
we're adjourned.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell meeting privately with members of his caucus, cautioning that Republicans currently do not have the votes to block witnesses. A source familiar with the remarks tells CNN. Some senators with 2020 races on the line expressing their concern an extended impeachment could affect them, and many of President Trump's closest allies insisting it's time to move on.
They just want to drag this on. They're playing a delay game.
Suggesting nothing Bolton could say would change their minds.
There's a lot of hysteria about Mr. Bolton's testimony. Frankly, I think his testimony will be redundant.
Meantime, Senate Democrats are keeping a close eye on 4 key Republicans. But Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says there could be more who want new evidence like Bolton's testimony considered.
There are 10 to 12 Republicans who have never said a bad word about witnesses or documents, who know in their hearts it's the right thing to do, but they have to weigh that against the pressure, the twisting of arms that Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell will put on them.
The question and answer phase of Trump's impeachment trial will last up to 16 hours, taking place over the course of 2 days. Senators will submit handwritten questions to be read aloud for them by Chief Justice John Roberts. And now here's a look at your NewsLink Indiana forecast. These are the conditions right now, with temperatures sitting at 34 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. As of right now, the temperatures from 1 to 4 p.m. will be at 35 degrees and then rising to 36 degrees. Feels like the end of January. Temperatures will be in the 30s today. Now taking a look at your 7-day forecast, things are going to warm back up with temperatures being in the 40s to 50s by early next week, and by next Monday we should see a rise to 56 degrees. That's going to do it for us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joel Riley. Be sure to tune in to NewsLink Indiana tonight at 6:57 on WYPB TV. Have a great rest of your day.